Chong Yoon-Chou is Investment Director at Aberdeen Asset Management Asia, managing over $92 billion in this part of the world. Chong Yoon-Chou, thank you very much indeed for joining us. What do you make of the turbulence that we've seen in recent days and weeks?
And it's going to pretty turbulent. A lot of people are actually saying it feels like it's the last quarter of '08, and which implies that, well, it's going to remain continuously volatile in the coming 2-3 quarters, because I think people just can't see where the economy is going. A lot of risk of changing within the week as well.
Right, well, you know, the economy, we heard from Ben Bernanke, is certainly not at the moment getting better. Does he have any tools left to actually make a difference? I think there are already policies put in place. I think at the moment the debate has shifted away from so-called monetary tools. I think a lot of investors, even participants or the victims of the countries, are starting to realize, well, there's only so much monetary easing can do, or monetary elements can do, the latest one being the twist. And I think that actually people are starting to realize, well, what Obama was saying about the fiscal stuff, it's starting to emanate across the world. Now, whether in the developed markets, and this is not emerging markets, it's developed markets, whether they have the political will to carry through these kind of heavy fiscal initiatives. Right, well, you know, what about here as well, what we have in October, a month which is often well characterized by big falls and plunges, you know, Black Wednesday, that sort of thing. Okay, well, you know, quite often, you know, it's cited as being really a bad month for the markets, but often it's the month where we see the end of a bear market. It's happened many times. Will it be the end of the bear market in October?
One quite likes to think so, and certainly with the kind of sell-down you've seen, if you're just purely looking on technical terms, you will think, yes, it should be. It's a falling knife month, and maybe the last quarter will rebound again. I guess this time round, and it's really similar to 2008, especially over parts in Asia, it's still pretty quiet. And I think people are sort of all hands on deck and waiting for the impact on actual corporate results, which hasn't really seen it full-blown yet in the results to date. But I think, and it will be coming in the next quarter, or this quarter, definitely you'll be seeing rougher corporate results reflecting the global volatilities.
Well, what do you do in times like that? Yeah, I mean, what do you do in these volatile, turbulent times right now? I mean, what are we talking about in terms of your asset allocation? How has that changed?
Well, we have been fully invested through this time, but right coming out of the '09 crisis, we actually had remained pretty defensive, had kept a lot of money back in the telecom stock, defensive consumer staples. And actually, where the valuation are coming through again, and we're sort of in the cusp of what you saw, that downturn back in the late '08 and coming out of it. So we're at that cusp right now. So the valuation point, it's actually there. And it's a matter of timing how you pick what they all call it, picking stocks at a falling knife. Gradually just building up position of sold down stocks using capital from your defensive holdings. That's done what you wanted it to do for the last for a year to date.
Right. Quickly, favorite industry if you have one?
If I had the guts, I would selectively start looking at the banks. They are clearly marked down as deep value territory now. But you don't want to be holding things like Dexia yesterday, won't you? You've got to be making sure that their balance sheet is super safe. They got the right management, they have the right risk control, and those that will sail through this crisis. And there are many, particularly those with businesses in Asia.
Chong Yoon-Chou, thank you so much for joining us from Aberdeen Asset Management Asia.